Push-ups are an amazing full body exercise. If you're just starting out and you're looking to figure out where to start and then how to progress, we're gonna go through different variations. When you're starting out with push-ups, we're often asked about starting on your knees or a different version. We like to actually begin by elevating your hands on a surface, whether that's a barbell or even a counter surface, because you're gonna get much more core engagement by doing it with your hands elevated versus being on the floor with your knees. So it's a great way to start and learn how to build full body tension, full body stability, and then you can progress through doing it on the floor. Right now, Nicole's gonna demonstrate a beginner way to start off with push-ups. What she's gonna do is she's gonna go with her hands about shoulder width apart. She's gonna aim to do is be tall on her toes, create a straight line from the back of her head down to her heels. She's gonna keep her midsection engaged, and then when she lowers herself down, she's gonna squeeze her shoulder blades together, pause, and then push the bar down towards the floor while she maintains good, nice, straight, neutral spine as she lowers. And then what she's gonna do is take a big breath in as she lowers down, and then exhale, she's gonna drive away. At the beginning, to build up some endurance, I'm gonna recommend 10 to 12 reps, and then we'll go to the next exercise. A couple common mistakes when it comes to push-ups that we want to highlight. One is making sure that we pack our neck. So if you look at Nicole's neck is lined up with the rest of her spine. What we don't want to do is actually let the head jut forward. So Nicole, as you come down, you want to keep your head in one spot and bring your chest down to the bar versus letting your head come forward. That puts too much stress on the spine and adds excessive load. Number two is we want to make sure that when we go down that her elbows are traveling back versus out nice and wide. So as she squeezes her shoulder blades, her elbows are going to move back with a slight gap between the elbow and torso, and then she's going to drive off. We don't want the elbows to go out wide. It's going to put undue stress on her shoulders. So once you've mastered the beginner version of the push-up, now we're going to work on actually doing it from the floor. As you'll see, Nicole has her hands about shoulder width apart. She's going to imagine corkscrewing her hands into the floor like you're screwing a light bulb out. And then again, straight line from the back of her head down all the way to her heels. She's going to make sure her hips are up nice and tall. Her shoulders are stacked over her wrist. And then what she's gonna do is inhale as she lowers herself down, nice and controlled. Big pause, and then she's gonna push the floor down away from her. And on the way down, big breath in. Exhale, push away. She's keeping her head in good alignment through there. She's squeezing her shoulder blades as she lowers herself down, and she keeps that nice neutral spine as she lowers herself down. Again, anywhere from 6 to 12 reps. And then once you've mastered that, we go to the next progression. Once you master the push-up on the floor, a more advanced variation is to actually elevate your feet. So in this case, we have Nicole elevated with a 6-inch block. And what she's gonna do is by elevating her feet, this is gonna put a little bit more stress on her core and create more load and demand on her upper body. So same concept, hands corkscrewed into the floor, shoulders stacked over her wrist. She's has a nice straight line from head to heels. She's gonna lower herself down controlled. Big breath in, exhale, explode away. We'll do one more. And as you see, she's really controlling that way down. So she's not bouncing and working really quickly. The slower she goes, the more she's creating an eccentric load, which is gonna help her to build muscle faster and get better results. You know, anywhere from 6 to 12 reps is a good range to start. The slower you go down, the harder it becomes. And if you wanna make it more difficult, you can always increase the height that her feet are placed up on to put more stress on her core and make it more challenging.